Good evening, my beloved disciples, and welcome to the darkness. Welcome to the emptiness that's left. Welcome to my domain. The crypt has been opened. The darkness has come to life. It is I. The darkness has finally taken form. I hope everybody out there has had a celebration of massed quantities as of yesterday. I myself have remained here, waiting, watching, learning the complex human behavior, which is utter chaos. Interesting, isn't it? How simple, complex scales change from one extreme to another. Every day, the scales try to tip themselves from one extreme to another. I know it has been a long time, my children, but I am back, and I hold no bars. I have no filter. I hold no reason for my action. I am what I am. I am the darkness within all of you miscreants. We're all like a bunch of worms crawling in the earth. Consuming whatever was in our path. Correct. I've watched the pathetic rise and the pathetic fall of mankind. I've watched cities rebuild and destroy themselves all in one day. For what? Because we live to destroy, and we destroy to live. You see, human nature alone is destined for destruction. I myself am here to rise. Rise in the old ways. The old ways of ancient Egypt, where the Egyptian gods ruled the skies, the mountains, all across the world. You know this to be true. It's how we lived once, before we were exiled to the depths of the earth. Yo, Ren, how are you doing? Good to see you amongst the darkness, amongst the graves. And yes, I am not strange, but I am intricate in my ways, in my actions, and in my personalities. But thank you for your warm compliments. You see, I've lived here among the grave for a long time. I am one of Arizona's personalities. He has many. I happen to be one of them. This is my channel. This is my domain, my world that I have personally constructed myself. Arizona gave me life, and I took it to bring this to you. It isn't much, but then again, in the beginning, it is always dark. It is always lifeless. But soon, the old ways will become new again, and the ancient ones that have been locked away in the depths of the earth shall come forth and claim victory over the earth once more. I hope this Ren had a great Thanksgiving. I hope he enjoyed it with many family, many friends, many people he knows. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know, sleeping in a stone crypt is a hard, cold, empty existence. It's where you stay in suspended animation. waiting for the right one to bring you forth, the right one to rise you from the grave and bring life to you. Only in the end to give it back. I feel very interesting today. Feels actually pretty good. I'd like to tell you a story. A story of how I came to be here. Of how I ended up where I am. It was many, 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 many moons ago, back in the ancient times, before the dawning age of man and his endless creations. I was one of the most greatest and most powerful rulers on the face of the earth. I ruled over many with a just hand, with a fair hand. I ruled the world, creating cities, buildings, massive settlements across the globe. Then one day, something strange happened. Something that was not foretold. Something came to us in the form of innocence, the form of purity, the form of light, life, and hope. None of us knew any of these things. But eventually it grew and grew till light was everywhere. And us, being creatures of darkness, did not know quite how to react to such thing. So we did as any normal person would do. We ran, escaped. We ran and escaped into the catacombs, into the deepest parts of the earth. And there we waited for wherever it was to pass. We emerged that following evening, looked around, and we have seen, had everything changed. There was trees. There was waterfalls. There was cottages. People sleeping in their beds. Everything was different, other than what we left it as. Nothing of ours had standed. They came and took over everything. And left us to lead this singular life in the catacombs and deepest places of the earth. So there we decided to retreat and build our world, vowing one day to return to the surface and reclaim our lands once more. So we sealed shut the doors to the outside world. And they remained. Till one day, I decided to break free. I decided to venture out. I decided to make the first steps into this disgusting world. And I noticed something that I've never noticed before. I noticed that the air seemed fresh, different. There was a certain aroma of this new land that I could not understand. So I explored it further. I've seen streams. I've seen meadows. I've seen something called people. They were friendly, welcoming me into their homes. And I really thought to myself, this might not be half bad. So I started intermingling with them, becoming well aware of their customs, their languages, their routines, everything. And then one day, I was betrayed. One day, I was taken viciously by humans with torches, pitchforks, calling me monster. And they grabbed me viciously and threw me in this grave that you see before you and sealed it shut with me inside of it. I was hurt, and anger festered within me, an anger that there was no other. I swore revenge on the human race right there. I swore that one day I would break free from this grave and claim the earth as my own once more. So for century upon century, I waited. I waited till finally someone different happened to come across me, my grave. And they read the inscription. Which stated, "Ye who enter here shall not pass." So this person crept in, and you can hear the door slam open as he pried it with a pry bar. The person looked around, saw nothing. It was too dark to see. And then he came across my grave, which stated, "This man is cursed. All those who open this chest shall be cursed along with him." So, ignoring the warnings, he opened my grave. And at first, he saw nothing. until my hand touched his shoulder blade. And once it touched it, the life within him was gone. It transferred from him to me, making me come back to life once more. I stand up, sit up, off the dust, and look around. Things look different, but look the same. Then I remembered my vow. I remembered my promise that one day I would return to the earth and claim it for my own. So that night, I was able to venture out into the open. And I came across a human. And the same thing happened. I touched the human, and the human became a dried husk. But his life energy made me more of a physical being than I once was. So here I stand before you, not powerful yet, but alive. Not a physical being yet, but becoming. I must be going now, for the night calls me. I will see you all very soon. Until next time, my children, have a very wicked and spooky evening.